Hello, welcome back to City Planner Plays, where we are building Clearwater County. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I'm trying a few new things tonight, and I'm not sure if I like it or not, but we now have some overlays and the chat available in the stream itself. Let me know what you guys think of that. Do you like that, or is it something that you want me to turn off? I can easily turn off the chat, but I figure for replay it might be nice. So let me see. Maybe I could do a poll. I'm kind of curious how you guys feel about this. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on some of the rural development. So we've got a lot of land in between Ashland and Belmont that we've never done anything with, and I'm super excited to jump in and work on some of this. So part of what we're going to do is have a raging wildfire. So if you've ever been in a stream with me, you know that things are unpredictable. I'm not good at streaming, and you know, we'll have to see what happens. Thank you so much, Mixum. Is that how we're going to pronounce that? Thank you for becoming an associate planner. So these are some of the new overlays that you'll see. So if you like them, great. I hope you do. The other thing that's unique about this stream is, so I've worked with YouTube, and they are now allowing gifted memberships. So if you want to gift someone a membership, you have to click on the button that says allow gifts in the live chat feed, or click on the gift symbol and in the live chat ticker. That's what I've been told anyway. So this should be one of the first streams where you can gift a stream, which is or gift a channel membership, which is pretty neat. And I really appreciate YouTube reaching out to me and and offering that perk. It's pretty neat of them. And it looks like we've got about 738 of us here. Let's get started. So in the picture, the thumbnail, I created this. And this is kind of what I want to do today. Have abandoned houses and farms that don't need industrial, that don't help us, that don't hurt us with our industrial demand. Because right now I haven't seen industrial demand in quite some time. Thank you so much, Conrad, associate member for 8 months. That's wow, woo. Sager gifted 5 City Planner Place memberships. You're awesome. Thank you so much for that. So I don't know that there's an overlay for that because it's that new. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So anyway, hopefully the audio's good, and let's get started. So this is a really unique asset that I'm really excited about. So it's called Network Farms. So let's see. So you actually can just select one of these and look at how wide this is. It's kind of wild. So we can come through here and draw it like it's a road. Obviously we need anarchy on, and then we just drop it in like that. So what is so special and interesting about this? We'll get rid of this. We don't need that. We can just treat this like a road and use anarchy, pull it around, and then even extend it. So I'll hold Alt to keep it straight. And look at how easily this could fill this entire area in. It's really neat. Good morning, MCIM. Thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Dermenska, thank you so much for the super chat. Bonus points if you add the small, tiny shopping center every rural town I've ever lived in has. I swear it's the same one and moves with me. I think you're right about that. I think every small town that I've lived in has had the same shopping center too. It usually has a Subway and maybe a Family Dollar. So it's like the same place. It's everywhere. So yeah, we can. I definitely want to do that. I don't want it to just be a whole bunch of farmland. And in fact, it's not going to necessarily work in every place. So that one of the limitations of these network farms is I don't know how I would work in this particular area with these. So I picked up some other assets that might work better, but I just wanted to demonstrate how that works. So we'll use that in places where we have some rectangles, and we will use some of the other farm assets in the others. Chris Allstott, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Ronnie Booker, love that you're filling in the townships and rural areas. How many roads with those middle turn lanes will we see? I don't know. We'll have to see. I want to create some sort of hierarchy back here, which will mean that those particular roads will probably have it. Ayleswolf Gaming, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Thank you for your Fearless Shadow as well. So, wow, we've got an active crowd in here tonight. I'm excited. So I picked up a whole bunch of new assets, and if you've been on the workshop tonight, you've probably experienced the exact same thing that I did, which is that the workshop didn't work for a couple hours. So I haven't experimented with these yet. So we're going to be experimenting for the first time. So let me pull these up. So they're prop farm assets. I'm a little dubious about these. And the reason why is with our other assets, when we come over here, so I took adaptive prop visibility out of my mod list and they just disappear. It looks terrible. I could go in to ultimate level of detail and crank up my settings for my decals. Problem with that is then you really start to see some slowdown. And right now I'm getting 34 frames a second, depending on where I'm looking. And I don't really want to take that down any further. So I'm hoping that these new assets will be a little bit better. So we'll need to take a look at these and see. There are decals too, so they're probably not going to be any better, but we'll give it a shot. So we'll get rid of this and we'll find these right here. So they come in a variety of sizes. And I at least appreciate that part of it. Actually, they look like they might be props. So that's exciting. Let's give this a shot. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Because you can see that when I have these side by side, these are gone and this is still here. So that's great. Wow, so many memberships. Thank you so much, Isaac, for becoming an associate planner. Bernardo, thank you as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to need to obviously do a little bit with our roads here. So when I created these roadway networks, I didn't really give much consideration to the farm fields that might come here in the future, but I knew that I'd have to move them. So I'm going to start out with a bunch of fields. We're going to build some smaller towns back here too. So just think of that 2-block grid that you see back there with a little strip of commercial. We do have some commercial demand and some residential demand, and I'm going to try my best not to show you the capital because there's a significant addition back there that I don't want to show you. You'll see that on Saturday. So let's jump right in. Why don't we let you guys decide where we're going first though? So we've got a whole bunch of towns. Where do you guys want to see me fill in first? And let me know what you want me to build there. Do you want me to just start out with a bunch of farm fields, or should I build a small town? LED, hope it's not weird, but I fall asleep to VB every night. I've been binging this series a couple of weeks now, and I'm all caught up on Clearwater County. That's not weird at all. I hear that all the time, so that's awesome. I hope that it's relaxing for you. Alec Miller, are you basing Superior off Michigan's UP? I live there. Yes. So it's Michigan's UP plus a small portion of Wisconsin. So basically the counties on Wisconsin and then Duluth. The main reason for that is the UP's population is about 300,000. And when you scoop up those other ones, you get at least a little bit closer to Wyoming, which has a very small population as it is. So let me see what we see here. Sleepy Hollow, Bradford, Dakota, small town, Bradford, small town. So I see lots of Bradford. I think we're going to start there. So why don't we build a small town right here? And there's not really much of a story outside of that. In this particular area at this junction, we're going to have a little bit of commercial, and this will be an area that's maybe a small farm outpost, and we can add in a little farmer's market in this area as well, and we'll have some country roads and build just a small town. We'll make it fairly large grid though. I don't want it to feel compressed, so we'll do 14 by 14. And it doesn't even need to be regular. You can just break this up and even come through here and just have a quick turn. You'll see things like that. Final Flick Gaming, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. please place some tourist destination. I think that the farmer's market will be as close as we get to that. And I've got a great asset for that. Right here, just this little farmer's market. I love this one because it's easy to plop and just pop it in there. Let's see where our zoning is, and we'll locate this. So when we take a look at this, see, it's got just a couple of stands. It's got this little place here with a bird feeder. We can put a tree right there, and it's a nice little place. So we can open up a little spot next to this where we potentially have seating or something of that nature. So let's pop this in right here. That's the wrong spot. I wanted to give a little bit of separation. I wish that I could see. So I wanted to bring Toggle It back into the build because I really miss a lot of the functionality of Toggle It, truthfully. And I gave it a shot and it just doesn't work right still. So didn't bring it in, but I really do miss that functionality. So we've already got this place growing. We need to get power here, which is going to be a problem because we don't have any power lines out here. I believe, I guess we could steal it from this area. So this is the small area that I created. Greg, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Same, Tom McCabe, thank you so much. And Wallalicious, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Just so you guys know, you get stickers and you get early access to videos. I post everything a little bit early, and my save files as well. So thank you so much for joining and becoming an associate planner. So I'm going to run these along here, and then we'll cross right here. And I have anarchy on, which is going to be a problem. So I'll turn that off. And I'm going to turn angle back on as well so that I can work this. Well, I don't like what that's doing. I'm going to get less straight than I think I would by myself. So we'll just go it on our own. And then we'll bring this right through. We need water pipes here. We have no utilities or anything out here, so that's going to be a concern. And I am curious, our water availability is pretty poor. It has been for a while. I don't know that we're going to resolve that today. I think that what we're going to probably do is either crank up our budget, or yeah, that might be our solution. Truthfully, it's not a great one, but we'll go that route. And I'm going to struggle with this one. LT Experts Gaming, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Isaac, thank you so much. I'm the Bob Ross of City Skylines. Just amazing work, my friend. Cheers. Thank you so much for the kind words. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. Joshua, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Thank you so much. So here we go. Well, we've got this little commercial district with water now, and we're going to add in just a couple of things. Now, in a town like this, so my family is actually from basically my mom's side of the family anyways, from the most rural place that you could imagine. It's the kind of place that when I was growing up, I went into someone's basement. They had a general store, and in their basement, so we'd walk down the steps, and this guy, I very specifically remember him. His name was Earl, and he had the craziest toys, just stuff you would never see at any other store. And we would buy toys and cans of cans of vegetables and penny candy. And I would walk. It was about 1.5 miles from my grandpa's house to Earl's general store, and I would go there just for the penny candy. I'd go there with a quarter. You get 25 pieces of candy. Can't imagine that today, but it was a lot of fun. So that's what I'm imagining in this place. So this is a little too intense for me. And we're going to need to look at our building themes here. We don't have any right now. So we're going to enable theme management for this district. And we're going to need to take a look at the themes that we have here in Bradford. Batch wants a basement general store. Yeah, a water tower. I think we can add a pretty basic water tower. Allie, why do I give you a Culver's craving? Because I eat Culver's way more than I should. I actually live in between two Culver's, perfectly situated right in between them. So it's tempting. I see them every single day. All right, so I want to take a look at specifically the commercial buildings. That's what I'm the most concerned about. So I'm going to go to none. We'll select our low density commercial, and I want to see what's included in each of these. I didn't add low density commercial to everything. So auto oriented commercial, this is pretty inappropriate. There's the Culvers. I guess we could have Culvers Square and just have, 4 Culvers or maybe a Carl's Jr. Let's see what else. So for British, so this is funny. This is actually something I used for the British build that I put together. So that's Biffa's asset set, and here downtown brick is where we have all of these higher density looking buildings. So those aren't necessarily appropriate. European suburbia doesn't have anything. Fairchild, so that's the same basically. Historic American, yeah, so a lot of these have a lot of overlapping buildings. I really need to put something together. I might go with, as much as I hate this, International, which is kind of a mix of buildings from the vanilla game. So I think that might be appropriate for this. So we'll get rid of downtown brick, and we'll just have Historic American and International. And hopefully that gives us something that's a little better looking than this. I mean, this is great looking, but it just doesn't fit. Alternatively, I could plop buildings. I'm just not a big plopper. Christian Rees, so thank you so much for the super chat. How do you decide what to build on a stream versus what you post in a video? So I don't think I could make this an interesting video. So that's one of the reasons why I think it would be nice for me to come through here, chat with you guys, and build a little bit, as opposed to pesky pigeon, gasp, not international. Yeah. So I just think that in a stream, if I can't maintain that level of, I want to do something that I don't need to focus on a ton, because I get really distracted by the chats, and I also want to make sure that when I put together a video, there's a coherent idea. So in the next video for Clearwater County, the idea is we want to grow the population. You can see that right now. The population is significantly larger than in episode 42. So this is the 43 save. Maybe I shouldn't have given that away, but we've added a lot of population, and there's a reason why we've done that. So yeah, just kind of thing. Sir Terminus, thank you so much for the super chat. City Planner Plays, I remember sitting in my man cave when COVID hit. Thank you, sir. You've been a huge asset to me and my family. I appreciate that. I was sitting in my man cave when COVID hit as well, and that's when I started the YouTube channel. And now I'm sitting in the man cave too. It's a different one though. It's an 8x10 closet that I used to brew beer in, and now I have flooring, and it's a nice place to hang out. Wasn't before, but I love it now. So I don't know that I love this either. It's making me think that maybe I do need to plop some buildings in this place, which I'm not huge into, but maybe it's appropriate. If we're just gonna have 4 buildings at this corner, they need to make sense. Joshua St. Martin, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Means a lot to me. Andrew, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner, and Caden, thank you so much. Do I have any advice for becoming an urban planner? Yes. Before you commit to it, reach out to one of us. We are happy to talk about being an urban planner, as you might have noticed. And if you've already settled on this as a career path, it's a great career path. It's a wonderful career, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who's interested in development, in urbanity, even in rural areas. If you are interested in preserving your small town and making it a vibrant place, that's completely within the realms of urban planning. Yeah, this is terrible. This is not working how I wanted. So let's just reco it up, because what we have going on right now is just madness. So I'll get rid of that, and we'll come into here, and we'll go into our commercial. And I want to expand this. Let's increase the number of rows that we have. And I'll increase the size so you guys can see it just a little bit better. Andrew, thank you so much. Longtime watcher, first time catching a stream. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the donation. Okay, so we've got a lot of great buildings here. A gas station makes a ton of sense to me. So would something like this little auto body repair shop, and something that looks and feels very. I don't want to characterize it as, you know, it looks a little worse for wear. To me, that makes some sense. Justin Mathis, thank you so much. Big fan. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Shaners, it's great to see you in here. Love your channel quality content, and the fan base continues to skyrocket. Thank you so much. Shaners has been around for a long time. He is amazing. Have had many great conversations with him. Great guy. I appreciate that. Slightly Grim, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. So let's see. Ben who says put KFC or Subway. This is the kind of place where you've got to drive. And you got to remember, we've got a little area over here where we got Fry Guys and Tops Barbecue and other things like that over here. We even had a Culver's at one point, but that's gone now. So I think that what we need over here is stuff that is pretty basic looking. So let's see what else we have. Payless. Maybe a food market. This is pretty basic looking. Oh, that looks very urban, so we might not go with that either. And maybe the real problem is that I just don't have a lot of great assets for this. So that very well could be the problem. So what we're going to do, why don't we'll get a Marathon gas station in here. Actually, we'll bring this in. So we'll bring this in, and the idea will be that, you know, it's a small town. We'll get rid of this. We will have a Subway, a Citgo, and a farm stand, and that'll be about it. We'll have a couple of homes along the main drag here. We'll have sidewalks here, because that's one of the things that's interesting, is that in some of these smaller towns, you know, I'm in a big city, or not big, but it's a moderate, mid-sized American city, and you don't have sidewalks in a lot of places. And thank you so much, Sir Terminus, for becoming an associate planner. It's controversial to get them added, and you'll see that whether it's a city, a suburb, but in these rural towns, it's just kind of a part of the ethos, which I think is absolutely fascinating, that you have that that kind of juxtaposition between what a small town is tolerant of and what a big city is not. So it's really a weird thing. So let's sneak a road back here. I'm going to make sure I have all my snap twos on. I do not. And I will throw Anarchy on. I don't know that this is the most appropriate road. This has curb. That's not going to work. We'll see. We'll just... Maybe we will just go with the same road back here. We'll back this in. And get this nice and tight. Let's see. Fahrenheit Fan 97. Big fan. I live in Orlando, home of some of the scariest roads and city infrastructure out there. Realistically, how can things like that change? Realistically, there are far fewer people that are advocates in your community than you'd think. And the people who are out there barking the loudest are getting things done. They're the vision for their community that they want, they're seeing it. So if you want to see change in your community and you want it to happen quickly, go to your plan commission meetings, write to your alders, send messages to your mayor, get in touch with the planning staff, get in touch with the engineering staff. We listen to people who talk to us. I think that's the big trick of all of this, is that most people don't realize that it's as simple as talking to people. Often it's just that. So keep this here. There's nothing on the back of this building. So what I think we're going to do is we'll move this over here. And of course, it's not going to like the way I position it, will it? To me, this feels much more natural. But maybe it's not. Or this. No, that's not good either. Because now if you were coming in from the pumps, we'll just add that right there. I'm going to use Surface Painter and paint this in a little bit. And let's see. July says, gotta be a loud jerk. We really like it when you're a loud, nice person. So if you could do that for the sake of all of the public servants in your community, we would all really appreciate that. Just we are responsive to people who are nice. Don't forget to build a sheriff's office. Yes, a sheriff's office. I think that we could see a church. I think I've saw that a couple of times in here. Post office. So back in the day, you'd definitely see that. So we could definitely add that as well. So let me go back through here. I'm going to shrink this up. It's a little extreme right now. We don't need to go that hard. So there we go. And this is not wide enough. I've got to move this over and get this to fit a little bit nicer. So I'm just holding Alt on these after I select them, and I'll pull them over just a little bit. We'll need to paint. The parking lot, I'd love to have a parking lot here as well. And I don't know how important it is in a town this size. Sim Donut, thank you so much for becoming an Associates Planner. Reese, am I a Bucks fan? Of course I am. And I apologize to any Celtics fans who are in here because last night's game was absolutely amazing, and I will not apologize for cheering very, very loudly against the Celtics. Amazing game. All right, so I'm going to take a look. I really, really would love to not hear this song. I'd love to have a parking lot here. It just doesn't quite fit. Let's just try a couple of things. So we could come through here with this. The problem is, it doesn't really look great coming up to this road here. It looks okay on this side, but it's backwards. And even if I use Node Controller, I don't think I'm going to be able to improve the way that looks. So I really want to get parking here. I just don't know how realistic and reasonable it's going to look. We'll just stick with this. I think that we'll deal with this being very rural feeling. A water tower, we'll definitely get to that. I forgot. This is the asset where you can connect this up. That is the deal here. So let's pull this forward. And we'll run that right past there. And then back this up. Oh, that's much better. Now that feels better. We'll clean this up right here. We've got to add some signage. Might get that out of the right of way. Not that that would be a huge concern here. And truthfully, that means that we likely need to just drag this whole thing down a little bit. So I'll just pull this down just a little ways, and this as well. And then we'll paint this right back in. And there we go. Simple as that. For the Sitco sign, the large sign, we'll add that. Where are they going to want the view to be? Truthfully, they're probably going to want it behind, focused at the highway, but where's the exit? That's not a through street. It's really, truthfully, we're not even going to deal with that. We'll just have this small one here. So that'll be just fine. Let's see. July Flame, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Flirting batch and standing in a private room. I think they could deal with that. Gaming Brent, hold on, CPP. What am I holding on for? Make a parking lot that extended under the gas station store. I could do that. I don't think it really matters here. They could park on the... this is a street that you could park on. I just don't think parking is going to be a big thing here. So I'm not overly concerned. Not in this location. So we're just going to add a couple of things in this town. Give a bit of space and separation. And then on the side of the gas station here. And then I will add in some of our parking lots. I can never find this one. It is that asset. We'll go to Fairchild and steal it. So let's just come up here, and it's everyone's favorite asset, this little plop. And I don't know why I can't find this thing. I've been stealing this since Shorewood, just going from community to community and dropping it in. And I guess that's working just fine. I'm going to swap the spot of the parking and the farmer's market. Just include that right here. I have this right here as well. And what I think I'm going to do here, I'm going to go back on this. I'm going to do something a little different. So we have this parking lot right here. And I'm going to clone this one and bring this one over instead. So hopefully you guys aren't getting dizzy as I go back and forth between Fairchild and this place. I think this is going to work better. We don't need fancy things like markings or, accessible parking stalls. We'll just put this here. And this is something that would never, ever, ever fly right now. Going in with a gravel lot in a city anyway. And it's because it spills all over the place. But for this little area right here, makes sense. We'll even have it get a little irregular. Let's see. And I see that we're getting some spam. Please don't spam. I would really appreciate that. So there we go. We'll have that there. We'll put a couple of trees in here. We've got these lights here. And I think we're going to use Bob to get rid of those. So these street lamps, just get rid of that. Don't need that. Much better. So people can park in here. And that's great. I love that. I love that. Love the farmer's market. Thank you. Thank you. Sharpshooter, thank you so much for joining us here. Yeah, and Doggy, please do not spam. Really would appreciate that. And I really appreciate all the moderators that came here. Really means a lot that you guys are joining me here and keeping the comments nice and clean. All right, so let's add in some trees because we've got to do that. And it's funny, ever since the new pack was released with Airports DLC, I've been using those all over the place. And I'm trying to break myself of that habit at this point because it's become just something that I just do all the time. So, and there are so many other great trees that we've added to this particular packs or into this particular build. So no reason to keep using those ones. Pooch is leaving. Have a good day, Pooch. Logical edits helped you get to sleep every night for the last 3 months. I'm glad that I could help. All right, we're going to go more into landscaping, but I want to get the bones of this place here. So we talked a little bit about a post office. Let's see that. And let's see, maybe it's under mail. Yeah, I'm not sure where this is. So I am going to just search for it right here. We'll see if that's there. All right, so we've got a couple of them here. So we've got this small post office. This is probably the most appropriate for this town. This little tiny post office. And then we'll also add in a sheriff's office. So let's look for that right now. And I think we're going to go with, oh, that's a medium size. We don't need a medium size sheriff's office. Sheriff station. I'm going to leave this one up to you guys. I'll plop a couple of them in here. Then you can take a look and tell me what you're thinking. And I'm going to try to set up a poll again. I do not recall how I did this. So it's going to be a little bit of a create a poll. All right. So we're going to call this one number 1, this one number 2, and this one number 3. And let's see, 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to ask you guys right now, there's a poll, use the poll so I can actually see which one you guys are interested in. I'll leave this open for just a minute and I will have a quick sip of my Stella. In the comments, if you are having a drink too, even though it's a Thursday night or Thursday morning or Friday morning, depending on where you are, let me know what you're having. Let's see. I only see option 2 is rising to the top. Love that. Oh, and I love a Stella every now and then. And that's how you can tell I went to Costco recently, is they have big boxes of Stella. So just got a crate of it, basically. Diet Pepsi. That's a completely appropriate thing to have right now as well. Mezcal. That's very good. Margarita. Even better. Water. Scotch. IPA. Coke Zero. I had a Coke Zero before this. So if I seem a little hyped up, it's probably because I shouldn't have had Coke Zero this close to what will be bedtime at some point. Bud Light. Thank you so much, Final Flick, for the super chat. And let's see, Stella. Yeah, it's amazing beer. Love it. Water tonight. Staying hydrated. That's smart. I should be drinking water. It is so hot here. We went from it being just absolutely freezing all throughout April to it was 96 degrees today with like 80% humidity, which is just miserable. It's just oppressively cold or warm. I mean, just terrible. See some teas in there. Yunling. All right. So number 2, I can end the poll. Number 2 is the far and away the winner. So we will add that through here. And I think we'll do the same thing with the church. Why don't we, I'm going to let you guys build this this town with me. And we're going to lump all of these together on this road. We'll have residential. I'm thinking of a place in particular. Well, let's see if we can find our subway first. I don't know why I can't find anything in here now. But I can't find a darn thing. I'm wondering if it's some of... Yeah, here's what it is. Maybe that's it? Yeah, I don't know. That's... No. Let me see. Maybe ploppable? I don't know. I will go through Rico and do it then, because I know it's in here. Because I feel like Subway is the one place that can exist in a town this size. They're everywhere. And I think it's because they don't really care how close you are to another Subway. Vey, you gifted 20 memberships. Thank you so much. It's very generous of you, and I appreciate that. So let's see if I can find the Subway. Here it is. All right. And it's part of a mall, which is weird. Wonder if... Yeah, we're going to skip that. I don't have a better asset. That's okay. We'll grab a church. And I'm going to keep struggling with this. If anyone has any ideas as to... should I get a Quick Trip? I feel like Quick Trip would definitely want a larger town. Although I did go to a Quick Trip this past weekend that was in the middle of nowhere. It's a big truck stop though. So definitely kind of a different scenario. So I'm only seeing... Look at that. All of the names are gone. So what if I type in farm showing up? Interesting. But I type in church and I get... Oh. Church and I get nothing. And it's all spaced really oddly too. Don't know what's going on there. Let's see. Veterinary. I don't think I have that. The gift. I think it's a button. I honestly do not know. I have my instructions directly from YouTube, and I believe it's in the chat. You can click on a button there. So let's see. We'll try to find the church. I believe they're all hiding out now inside of this. So here, this, which is way too big. I have some small church assets. They might be under parks too, if I can't find them. We also have a town hall, which is way too big. And village church. So we'll grab that. I've got a mosque here, but that's not going in this area. That's obviously not a good fit. Courthouse, funeral hall, that could also work, I suppose. Another mosque. And that one actually might fit. We could go with some of these. We'll have some other assets in here. And we've already used this one. This one's huge. That's not for this area either. Ooh, this is going here for sure. So that's a bowling alley, which that the aesthetic of it feels like it fits very, very well. And then, yeah, that's our Japanese content creator pack. So I think that's about it. For whatever reason, my search function is just not working. And I'm sure I could fix it, but I would have to, I would likely have to restart or something like that, unless someone else has an idea. Galaxy Dragon, thank you so much. Maybe go do an old school town Galaxy. From Nina. Ah, you're from Nina. That's awesome. Maybe do an old school town. Awesome. Yeah, that's from Nina. That's awesome. So let's see. I'm thinking, so we've got this church. It's probably a little too much. What do you guys think? Should we go and have a different, we don't have any mosques in the build. We could certainly add that. Otherwise, we could go with this village church. I believe that we use this in Ashland, but I'm not overly concerned about that. I don't think that we are going to add in a clinic here. Hollywood Video. You love the church. Poll. Okay. Which religious building? Zach, good to see you here. You're my neighbor from Illinois, and someone who's named a number of things in Verde Beach. So I appreciate that. All right, let's go about this. Which religious building? 1, 2, or 3, and they're in this order: 1, 2, 3. And here you go. We'll open this up for just a couple of minutes. I don't see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Keep the mosque. Keep both. That's another idea. I could certainly keep both. We're gonna have some mosques in, most likely in our capital build. Matt. So number 1 is currently leading. Yes, I see some numbers down here. Put them in the poll. It looks like number 1 and number 2 are fairly close right now, or closer. Well, not really. 340 votes. So, Culver's. That's Wisconsin. Yeah, we can get. You know what? We're gonna add a Culver's here. We'll do that too. Garrison, you don't see the poll. I'm sorry. I'm not sure why. It's pretty clear to me that number 1 is going to pull away. So we'll get rid of those for now. We're definitely going to add those in. One thing that I'm really excited about in the capital build is that we're going to have different areas that were created from different ethnic groups. So I'm really excited about putting those together. So we're going to add the church over here. We'll set this back. We'll say that this was the church that, it's kind of the farm church that everyone went to everyone who lived out in this area, and it grew. Truthfully, we could even come and give it more prominence over here around this bend. I like that. And then we'll again grab this asset here, and we're going to need a cemetery. So we'll just come through, add this here. And the great thing about this is I can just bring a little bit more of this through and then kind of mess it up so it actually feels like gravel, because gravel's messy. And I don't love the way this looks though. No, it's a little too messy. We'll clean it up a little bit. Yeah, that's good. And then we need a cemetery out here as well. So let's go ahead and we'll grab some death care, and we'll just grab a basic cemetery and add that over here as well. But I just can't stand. I wonder, with Bob, can I remove? If I could remove a little chapel back there, this would be an absolutely amazing asset, but I don't think I can. So in that case, I might create my own cemetery back here. Let's do that. Although I am not going to be able to find anything in here. So that is going to be a problem. We'll add that at a later point in time. If I type in headstone, this is just completely broken right now. Very, very strange. So the mosque. I know that lots of people want to see the mosque. We will definitely, I'll get that. I will promise to add that in one of the upcoming builds in Clearwater County. But I don't think we're going to add it here. Truthfully, the scope of what we're doing in this particular town should be pretty limited. And I'm probably going a little bit further than that. But I like doing that. We'll just add in a couple of things down here. And we could add in a small playground as well. That would be very fitting out here. Because a lot of times, these are kind of the cornerstones of the community. The other thing I want to add out in here, in the middle of nowhere, is kind of a maybe a baseball diamond or something like that. Search isn't working for you either, Jayla? That's really frustrating. I don't know why that's happening. Maybe it has something to do with some of this the weird Steam oddness. Abe, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. And Redundant Inc., thank you so much for the super chat. Was it deliberate that the F-15s on the National Guard base were from the game Ace Combat Zero? That was not deliberate. Thank you so much for the support and for watching the channel. So we'll add this here, and this will kind of be where we leave this off. We're going to need to get water here, and I'm going to change the trees. These look like the vanilla trees, and they bug me. So we'll just come through here, and we'll hide the vanilla, and we'll go with something leafy. Oh, that's too much. So we'll take a look at this. I hate how it snaps it right back there. So leafy, and we'll just see the size of these. I feel like we are either extreme. That's right there. That's the stuff. So we've got that one. And then for this, some bushes. There we go. And that looks much more natural in my opinion. And the other thing I want out here is baseball. Let's see if I can find it. It's not going to work. Oh. That's a stadium though. So that's not what I'm looking for. That is a bummer. I am not sure what's going on there. TW, I love the series. What about a drive-in theater, a small theater on the main strip? I love that idea. I love that. Let's see if it actually works. No. I'm going to see if I can find it here. So I want to say that there's a vanilla theater that's pretty awesome. And I'm wondering, I'm not going to be able to find it in my Rico settings as is. I do not believe. Let's see if I have one. Yeah, I don't have one. So I want to get that added. I just desperately need to fix my search. I do not know what happened. It was working at the start. Outdoor theaters. Yeah, there's one. There's actually one maybe like 25 miles from me. In Johnson Creek, rather. And yeah, it's very cool. So this bowling alley reminds me of my childhood. Went to a bowling alley that also had fish fries, and it was all you can eat shrimp. Maybe something you shouldn't trust when you're not on the coast, but I liked it. So there we go. And it's got that same side look that I would expect. Multicolored facade. So we're going to come through here, and we'll add some more parking. And I think that we're just going to keep sticking with our gravel parking because you see it so often. I'm going to pull this back. And we'll get this to look really nice. Maybe not really nice. We'll get it to look away. There we go. We'll just pull this on through, and then we'll paint just a little bit. What am I doing? I'm in the wrong spot. All right. Just losing my head for a second there. There we go. Yeah, that to me feels good. Let's see. Adam, thank you so much for the support. If you click on recent DLC, you'll find... Oh, we have a... Oh, wait. Oh, you fixed it. Adam, you are amazing. Thank you so much. I wonder. I would love to be able to just refund you. That was so helpful. Thank you so much. Croast, if you could create multiple towns, each with a different ethnic background, so church here, mosque there, and a Buddhist temple in another. So I don't think we're going to do towns like that, but we are going to certainly have different neighborhoods in the capital with different ethnic backgrounds. And the other, I mean, that said, there is a Buddhist temple kind of in the outskirts, not too far from where I worked for quite some time. And it was certainly something that we had to be mindful of, the needs of that particular community. So yeah, very, very important. So this is, I think that these are going to be too extreme. If we click on these and take a look, this one actually, even though it has the lights, I kind of like it. This one right here, this one feels like something that you would create a complex out of. So I think we're going to go with this one. I'd pull, but I for this, I don't think I need to. So we will add this, and I'm going to put this way out in the middle of nowhere, and we'll add some parking across the street. And we need to reset the height of this. So let's go ahead and do that with terrain. And I did not respect the topography, and look at the price I'm paying. This is not a suitable location for that baseball diamond, unless I do some things. But what we could do is just move these over here, rotate this back around, and that is more suitable. So I'll rotate these. Oh, now I'm screwing everything up. All right, we'll grab all those, spin those back around, and relocate these to the other side of the road. And reset that to terrain height. They should terraform with it. There we go. That is still pretty ugly. Just pop it up. And the funny thing is, I actually kind of like it more when it's down and we get rid of that texture. To me, that looks more natural. What do you guys think? Do you like that when I pop it down like that? Let's see. Golden, you're finally joining. You're excited. Supper Club, yes. Yes, holding Alt is very helpful. Yes, keep it down. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. To me, it feels much more rural. And we can add in some trees around this. Something gentle. Something that is not too extreme. Something small. Yeah, this feels good. And so I just got to tell you, I spent a whole bunch of time not that long ago. Oh, it looks great. Keep the outfield grass up. Yes, keep it down. So I spent a whole bunch of time planting trees in Verde Beach by hand, one by one. And oh boy, after that experience, don't get me wrong. I like it. I like the outcome, but it's just something else. Planner Duck, Phil, how's it that you always stream when I am on vacation? Hello from Zion. Oh, beautiful. Keep up the good work, and thanks for everything. We'll catch the full video when I get back. Thank you so much, Planner Duck. Thank you. That's very generous of you as well. That's awesome. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Enjoy Zion. What a beautiful place. I envy you. And you should definitely be enjoying the great outdoors there and not this stream. So I appreciate the support. Let's see. I saw the word secret, and now my eyes are immediately drawn to it. Can I share a secret? Umped a softball game and called the last batter out so I could come home and watch. Byron, secret safe with me. I'm sorry that I just announced it to 1,400 people. All right, so we're gonna plant some trees here to protect the cars, the non-existent cars that would be driving back here. But we're getting some activity. A little RV here. Some folks walking in the grass along the side of the road. There's no housing here. So I don't know where these people are coming from, but they're here. And it looks like our power must have jumped. There we go. Very good. So our power has jumped. Yeah, Banana says Zion's amazing. Comrade, it's not your local Zion. Is that a church or a park? I feel like that's what we have in Wisconsin. not the Zion that Planter Duck is at, which is much more exciting. All right, so we're making some progress here, and what we're missing, let's think about that. First of all, we've got to fill this in back here. Bowling alley is obviously just hopping. It's one of the few restaurants in town since we couldn't find a Subway, which I'm very disappointed in. I wish that we could have. The suburb of Chicago, Zion. Yeah. Can we use Bob to remove the lights? That's a great idea. I bet you that we can. Let's see. Wall light, stadium light. We can take the probability down. There we go. Oh, that was an excellent suggestion. Oh, and a bar and a Culver's. We'll get to the bar and the Culver's. So let's see. Do I have any bars? I have a barn. Let's see. Flea market. Applebee's. A Cracker Barrel. Not big enough for that. Not on the highway enough. So this is from the university. Yeah, that's way too fancy. The university content creator pack, I thought maybe. Oh, and there's our headstone, so we will add that as well. And let's see. Yeah, I don't know that we have a bar. That, oh my goodness, I feel like a bad Wisconsinite. We have a bar on every single street corner. So I don't know how I don't have any bars in here. My guess is that if we were to take a look here, it's in, maybe not here. It's likely in some of our growables. So let me look in here. See if we have a bar in here. Burnham Building. We could just call something a bar. Bookstore. There's got to be something in here that we can work with. I think we're just gonna plop one of these and call it a bar. Central Wine looks like a bar. There's our theater. Wine and liquor. That's too fancy looking. I like that. We're gonna work with that. And let's see what else we have. Farm equipment dealer. I think that's our Torgeson's. Yeah. And yeah, no real good bars. Everything is a little bit too fancy. A little bit too fancy. IHOP. So yeah, I think that what we're gonna do is we'll go with one of these. Catfish Cafe. That reminds me of Catfish King. First time I visited Texas. I think what we're going to do is we'll just go with a small commercial building. Like, let's see. And I'm not even seeing the one that I was seeing before. Something like this. No, you know what? We're going to hold off. I think that what we need to do is find the right building rather than just trying to make something happen. Please check the leisure district. Please check the leisure district. Sprite, what are you talking about? Oh, I gotcha. All right. So let me see the leisure district. So we'll come in right here. And what we have are just some nightclubs and yeah, I mean, that kind of works. This is a gay bar, so that doesn't really feel like what you'd see in a small town. And then this monster building. So yeah, I don't think that we have anything that's completely appropriate. So Oh, pub. Yeah, that's another one that could work. Ooh, you know what? This is fancy, but we're gonna go with it. We'll have a couple of. I don't think we can have the theater though, if we're gonna go with a fancy pub. This will be the one building that's trying to gentrify the whole place. What do you guys think? The gay bar should definitely be somewhere in the bill, but not here. Yes to the gay bar. Everyone wants the gay bar. Tavern? Yeah, tavern, I didn't see anything. I can go in and certainly look for that again. Yeah, nothing under tavern. So that's unfortunate. All right, I maybe I need to cave to the pressure. Let's see. So there we go. We'll add that into the build. We'll go with this. There we go. What else do we need in our small town? American Legion. Yes, that would be good. So I have some barns. So or some, it's kind of just pole buildings. Let's see. I'm wondering if that would work well. Just some of these sheds as just kind of random buildings. And I'm not, I guess I could go into recents. Yes. So I feel like in these small towns, you'll sometimes see stuff like this where you're like, what is that? It is, you know, some guy got a shed and he's working out of this like it's his garage. So we'll add a couple of these too. And definitely get that really rural vibe going in here. And of course, that's not going to be clean. They're trying their best, but look what they're surrounded by. All right, so we'll scoot this over just a little bit and add in some pavement. And I feel like this is incomplete unless we add in just maybe a little bit of seating. So let's pop in here and we'll add in a bit of seating. We will go, let's see what we have in here. So I think that we have a round table. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. So I will turn on prop anarchy. Or I won't. We'll just keep clicking around until I find it. And just add in a couple spots to sit. We're going to back this building up. Not the most comfortable place to sit, so we're going to need to add in some sort of barrier as well. So we've got that there. Let's go and grab an umbrella as well. Ooh, that is broken. This one's a little better. Add that in. Dollar General, car repair shop. That's kind of what I'm thinking for these two. Is this is like you know, someone's homemade, or not homemade, but it's their pole building that they turned into a repair shop. And here I want to add in just a little bit of a barrier. We're not gonna go super fancy here, but they want to make their customers feel just a little bit more comfortable. And that's not really going to be great. I've definitely been in outdoor areas where they've got a little barrier like this and you feel the wind of the cars. But there you go. Sager, thank you so much. Gotta go. Thanks, Phil. You're the best. You're the best too, Sager. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Tim, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. I really appreciate that. So let's see. Gated community, not here. The subway, yes, definitely want that. So yes, there we go. We have our little town. No one lives here, and we've got to fix that. We've got our church. We've got our place to have our little... the bar would go over here and have their summer league. And what else? A 7-Eleven. We've got our Citgo. So I don't think there's going to be much competition here for gas stations. Sager, you gifted 5 memberships. That is so awesome of you. Thank you so much. Let's see. I finally mentioned DG. What's that? I'm not 100% sure. And look at that. Beach Tan, Guillermo, Sir Wolf all got memberships. KG Envy as well. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sager. That's awesome. Let's see. General store. I don't really know what we have in terms of general store. We've got this one here. Oh, truthfully, I like the idea of bumping these over. And if we're going to do that, think of the juxtaposition between these two buildings being right next to each other. We can even offset them a bit. It's a town, so I wouldn't expect that the setbacks are perfect here. Yeah, I like that. And what we'll do is just bring this back. We're going to add in some of our ploppable concrete here. And I'm going to go really gentle with this. And then we'll add in a little street back here and add some parking there as well. So really kind of the street network here has just kind of developed randomly. John, thank you so much for the support. Thanks for what you do. Your calm and cheerful vibe are like a balm for my anxious mind. I appreciate the kind words, and I'm glad that I could help. Anything I can do to help, I'm all about it. So thank you so much for the support. All right, let's grab this. We're just going to scoot this over just a little ways. And let's see. This doesn't fit well. We are going to go. I shouldn't have gotten rid of it. Why don't we grab it from Ashland? A little paved parking lot. Whoa. Whoa. What is that? We've got some transit things happening here. We're going to need to return to Ashland very soon because we've got some issues. That soon is not right now, though. Oh, maybe it is. We have this fireman's dock, which needs to be rebuilt. So, or fisherman's dock, not fireman's dock. There we go. So now let's head back over to the town of Bradford, and we're going to add this in here. So I want to give some decent parking here. We're going to delete this road and pull this back just a little ways. A burger joint or diner, we will definitely add that. I think we're going to add in a small motel as well. I've had this asset that I've wanted to add into the build forever. And for whatever reason, it just never really happened. So we are going to do that today as well. So I'm just going to fill this in. And we'll add in a dumpster if I have one. No, that's not what I was hoping for. Trash. Random trash. Oh, that's not not what I was hoping for. Just a random tire. Econo Lodge. Use Bob to make the bar more of a dive bar. I wonder what I could do to do that. I don't really think there's much I could do. If I look at this, I could get rid of the ACs, change the door markers, get rid of some of the flowers, but I don't think that that's too extreme. Got the invisible parking spaces. Yeah, I think it's probably okay. We'll just stick with that. We do need to paint this back in here, though. We have a serious lack of trees in this entire area. So I'm going to look for motel because I have a motel in here. And I believe that this is a King Leno asset. Let's see. Maybe it's under hotel? No. It's definitely not vanilla. So I'm going to come into Rico and see if I have it here. And it shouldn't be. This is, yeah, I wonder where, oh, got a King's Motel there. Pine Motel. I don't know why I couldn't find it, but here's what we have. We'll place this kind of on the outskirts. And this has a sign that goes with it too. So is it just this? Yeah, I don't know what that is. The reason why I can't figure this out. So we are in Rico. We'll do all. I'm going to type in Pine. So there's a sign for this. I do not know where it is though, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Well, we'll just. Actually, this would be a ploppable. So Pine? No. All right. Well, we're fine. We'll just go without that. It's going to drive me nuts. Ooh. Ooh. We definitely have to add that in here. So typing in sign, I'm finding lots of interesting things. Waffle. It's 4 a.m. in Berlin. Gotta go. Thank you so much for joining us. That is super early. I would be dying right now. All right, there you go. Let's see what else we have here. And it's a bunch of road signs. I feel like we've got to have this sign. And there are some things in here. I've been wanting to get to this forever. Falling Water. At some point, we're going to do that. We've got to do it. It's such a cool building. It's just been a real struggle. I've tried to get that one working for a while and just could not get it to work. So let's see if we have any. I don't see it in here. If you guys see it, yell at me in the comments because I'm not seeing it. And we have just the custom ones. Let's see, U.S. and state flag. Yeah, we'll add that. You know what? I'm about to give up. Ooh, I wonder though. We could cheese this up. We could certainly add in, ooh, blue moon. There, we'll add a blue moon sign to the window. And of course, I'm not gonna like the placement. It's gonna drive me crazy, and now I'm not gonna be able to select it because yeah, it's going to be a prop. We'll get rid of all the rest of these and then try to select that. Let's see if I can actually make this work. There it is. There we go. Got it to move. All right. The stream title is always more of a suggestion than a rule. You know what? This is still a rural build. We're still filling in the countryside. I take offense to that. We're not gonna get nearly as far as I wanted. I think at some point I'm just gonna have to find something really good on Netflix and fill this in. Because yes, and Blue Moon is a good beer. But yeah, I'm gonna have to fill this in. I think sometimes separate. Oh, that looks. Just pulled that back. There we go. So we need a diner, and I have a diner in here. At least I thought that I did. Rural fire station. Of course, we've got to have a fire station. We'll sneak this somewhere back here. I wonder. The joy of Move It. I can just put this wherever I want it to be. And then go ahead and clean it up a little bit. So there we go. Tim Porterfield, Rump Motel from King Leno and Brothers Grocery belong in this town. So I don't think I have the Rump Motel, but I might have Brothers. So is that this? The Brothers Grocery? The Hunter Brothers? Or is there something else? Because that's what I just placed. So that's something. Ooh, wow, look at those prices. This must be from the 1920s. Chuck roast, 29 cents a pound. I think there would be riots next to this place. trying to get to the food that we have there. We need a prison. I have an idea for a prison. That's going to be an individual build in and of itself. Did I get Service Painter from Steam? Yes. If you tried subscribing today, that was your problem. So I subscribed to a bunch of assets right before the stream, which is terrible. You should never, if you have a plan, try to subscribe to stuff. Ooh, handicap spots could be further from the door. Okay, thank you so much, Canuck Errant. You're right. There we go. Look at that fixed. We'll even scoot it forward and pull this up. And use this as an opportunity to clean up a few things. There we go. All right. There we go. We're gonna step away. Oh, what is this? This is not good. Okay, easy enough to fix. I think I might have. Yeah, I made some ugly node things happen here by moving these too close. Can fix it just by sliding. Yeah, now it's going to work just fine. There we go. So we need a Culver's and a diner. So we'll get the Culver's first. And of course, now I'm back to this where I can't find anything. So this might have been a growable. Wendy's, Smoothie King, and Steak Shack. I know it's definitely a growable because I've seen it pop up in a couple of places and then disappear. So let me see if we have it through here. Yeah, we have. So I've had the in and out spawn from a Culver's because Culver's is level 1. And while I'm looking for this, Tracy Morgan, hi Phil, I'm a med student at UW and your videos give me something to look forward to each week. Thank you for all the content. Thank you so much, Tracy. And great job. Keep up the good work going to UW. Great school. And it's nice to have another Madisonian in here. Chick-fil-A. That worked too. Let's see. I really want... I'll get rid of the vanilla and see if I can narrow it down. I really want a Culver's in here now that someone mentioned it. And for whatever reason, I'm just absolutely struggling with my searching today. Which is probably an indictment on my comfort with plopping and searching. So let's see, nothing here that I see. There's probably a name in front of it, which is going to confuse it all. And I'm about to give up on Culver's for the time being, which is unfortunate. I didn't want to. In any good Wisconsinite wouldn't give up on Culver's, but I'm going to be a bad Wisconsinite and give up on Culver's food and stuff. All right. Oh, there's the Brothers Grocery. Oh yeah, that's what we added in here initially. And it, to me, we had that right there. Or no? We'll take a look at that one more time. All right. I'm going to give up on Culver's. I'm not finding it. We could certainly add this diner, though. And then we need to get some homes through here. So Chip's Diner, I want to say that this is maybe from Hawthorne, California. Yeah, Subways never give up on Culver's. I know, Sim. I shouldn't. So yes, the Subway that was in there is actually from it's from a mall set. So it looks pretty weird by itself. So I can show you what it looks like. It's from this River Park set. They have a Pizza Hut too. But it's just kind of strange looking. I guess now that we've added this, I could add it in here. I feel like I'm never gonna. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We'll get rid of that, and we will bring in bring in the Subway. So we have the gay bar and the Subway next to each other, and those actually look pretty good next to each other. Not terrible. I don't love the cars parking up front, so we're going to modify it to make that not happen. Yeah, so we'll go into Bob, and what we're going to do here is we have some invisible markers for parking. These parking spaces will take the probability down to 0. That will get rid of that. And now we can just pull this up. And yeah, I'm okay with that. What do you guys think about this? I'll put it into poll. Subway, yay or nay? So let's see. Subway is too tall. Could be. Could be. We have Chips in Wisconsin Rapids. I am very familiar with Chips. Chips is wonderful. You get a bag of burgers. I'll give away way too much about myself if I talk about Chips, though. Move the subway up. You like the Hunter Bros? I did too. But those signs. That joke was low-hanging fruit and someone had to make it. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it needs to move over a little bit. And maybe I can spin it just a little bit. There we go. Is that a little better? It's hard to see. Looks like it's just a little bit off. And it looks like everyone loves the subway, so we're going to stick with it. Joy is in here. Joy builds cities. One of our council members and a creator herself. Definitely go check out her channel if you haven't already. All right, so we need some parking back here. And we'll keep it classy. And we'll have some of these parking assets back here. I'm going to slide these over. Truthfully, it probably should be like this. We'll pull these right up into the back. And then again, we're going to add a road. We're really adding our roads to respond to our growth, which you'll see in some places. And then we're going to come through and just... We're paving everything in this town. Everything. Concrete. And we're going to add this as well just to clean it up. And they are not going to like this use over here, so we're going to add a fence through here as well. So I'm going to look for a nice privacy fence. See if we have something like this wood fence here. And we can click on this, go to our fence option. So now we're inside of the prop line tool, and there's a little gap there, so we'll just shrink that up. And I do want it to place regardless, so just add that right there. There we go. So there's a little bit, I have a bit of a concern about vision. It looks like it's floating on this side, which is really frustrating. On this side, it doesn't look like it's floating. There's a way to fix that, and we're just going to fix it with a bit of landscaping. So we'll come through, and I think that what we're going to add is just some of these new bushes. Truthfully, I should be using the prop line tool here. Now I feel like I'm in my element. Except that I got all of those bushes to clip right through there. So let's just scoot these out just a bit. I hope you guys are here for this, because this right here, this is some of my favorite stuff to do. And I'm moving Chips. Oh, and I'm moving the fence. Bring that right back through. And we'll scoot Chips back over. So let's see, a car dealership. I don't really have any good car dealership assets in here yet. I think that we are going to focus on that a bit more at some point. We'll have some highway car dealership action going on, and it's going to be good. Bro Smart got nothing. Let's see. Yeah, clipping. We've got some clipping. Let's see if I can clean some of this up a little bit. There we go. And I think we can live with that. So there's a lot of activity in this little space right now. We've got Brothers Grocery. And yeah, let's work that in. We'll scoot these over just a little bit. And then we'll grab Brothers Grocery, spin it around. This is kind of a corner building. Yeah, it's very rural looking. Very urban, rather. I'm gonna leave that one as a poll as well, because this one I'm a little more dubious on. So we take a look at this, and what do you think? Brothers Grocery, yay or nay? Let's see. Definitely need some residents. I agree. we need some residents. We have none. We've got a lot of commercial activity though. Bring the theater back. Looks like rural Mexico. I could see that. I could see that. All right. So I've seen enough here to know that people are interested in Brothers. So this will be the real test. So far, almost everything that I've said has the state flag has not been placed in here. It is placed in the build now, though. I'm going to end this one. We'll ask about the theater. And just to refresh everyone's memory. Actually, this is a ploppable. And actually, no, we'll go back into here. We'll go into the growables, and it is in leisure, I believe. So I'm trying to figure out where that theater was. And of course, I'm just going to struggle with that because that's what I have been up to, struggling. So maybe if I can't find it quickly, let's see, mechanic shop. We've got that. Some small tunes that it's not unrealistic to have. In fact, I think the theater would be one thing that could be a little nicer. It's a really nice looking Art Deco asset. I'm just struggling to find it, so that is my main concern. So I'll keep looking a little bit, and if I can't find it soon, we're just gonna call it. Yeah, and I am not sure where that is. No, it's a vanilla asset, so I'll get rid of the custom. There it is. There it is. All right, it's not theater. That's why I couldn't find it. So this is the building. So theater, yes or no? Tim, if you click on the bottom right filter under ploppable and find it, you can do searches across both at once. Oh, I was unaware of that. Click on the bottom right filter under ploppable. All right, I will do that. All right, let's see. Ooh, this one's more controversial. So we have 137 votes. Oh, 244, and it's pretty close. It's a bit too Art Deco for a rural village. That is kind of where my head was at initially. But yeah, it does fit the diner vibe. So if we had it over there, you can imagine that this is, maybe the same owner. Problem is, we're getting too close to the baseball field, so it can't go over there. Because otherwise, somewhere close to this would be nice. But I feel like we're too close. We could hide it back here, which you might see. Too large. Nice for a drive-in, yes. Wahili Warrior, hey CPP, love having you back on live stream. Wondering if you have an iTunes playlist. Loving the vibes. Cheers from New Zealand. So I take that back. There is an iTunes playlist. I do not maintain it. I do have a Spotify playlist. Let me see what I can do to get the iTunes playlist going. But there is a Spotify playlist. If you go to the main channel page, you can go in the upper right hand corner. The Spotify playlist is there. I have music partially updated. I'm still working on that. There's it is. Banana Man, you were amazing. Thank you so much. So it is on Apple Music as well, and he has shared a link. So thank you so much. So it's pretty clear. We want the theater, so we're going to end that. We're going to add it over here. And we'll sneak it in back here, add a road back behind it, and that is where we will end up with this. So this is really kind of the heart of commerce back here. And I've got those backwards again. So let's rotate this around, get this close to the theater. And we're going to paint a whole bunch of concrete. This whole town is paved, which, you know, for better or for worse, I definitely think you'd see that in a town like this, though. There's not going to be there's going to be no requirements in terms of landscaping. It's kind of the Wild West out here. And the kids that don't exist in this town, Ben, you're in a rural town and we have a theater, makes us feel fancy. I absolutely remember that feeling as well. In fact, after prom in my small town, we went to the theater, and that was where our after party was, if you were like me and didn't know where the real parties were. So that is what I did. Back here, we're going to add some trees. We've got to have a little bit of greenery back here, and we've done a pretty poor job of it so far. So we'll add in some larger trees, maybe just one, and some smaller ones. And I'm going to continue to stick with our new assets because I really do like them. So Twilight Zone. All right, now we need some homes. So we have Historic American in here, and I'm just going to add in some homes. We're going to give some space to these homes. Nice big lots. And, oh, there's some zoning stuff going on here that I don't love. So what we're going to do is we'll select this, and I'm going to prioritize newer roads. We'll just see what that does. I don't know which of these roads is newer. That's good enough. That works for me. And we will add this here. I'm just going to kind of randomly add in some houses through here. And I think in a town like this, you'd absolutely see that. Now, this I don't love. I really want to make sure that we're prioritizing the zoning here. I don't know if we're ever going to zone this, so for the time being, I'm going to try to prioritize. There we go. Try to prioritize on this road. Seem to do the trick. And then we'll add in some homes. And the further out we get, the further the spacing is going to be. So I'll just kind of spread some of these out here. And then we're going to fill a lot of this in with some trees. So let's see. Whoa, we have a whole bunch of moderation occurring. Thank you so much, moderators. And please don't make this stressful for the moderators. Keep it clean. Keep it friendly. All right, gotta go to the grocery store. Thank you so much, TW. Have a good time at the grocery store. Rest in peace to that one house in the path of the baseball diamond. Good call. Good call. There we go. We'll get rid of that one. And just kind of spreading them out here. So I could certainly go ahead and add fences and all of that through here. I'm not going to be overly concerned with that, though, in this particular area. I am going to, now that I see this, I'm going to make a connection here. There we go. And now you got to see that there's a little bit of a pattern. We need water pipes. We've got some through here, but not enough. And I will not loop these. And we're going to need more water. So we got to get our water tower in here as well. So let's see. I think we'll add just a couple more out here. And then once we get out here, we'll really spread it out. Just a couple of homes. We're probably going to need some power lines to make this jump, but it should be okay. So let's see. I'm just going to chat for a few minutes while this grows in. We'll see how it goes. Nikki, thank you so much for the support. I just got back from the gym and had to hop on the stream. How about a farmer's market? We've actually got that. We've actually got a little tiny farmer's market right here. What we don't have are any farms. So we didn't do that. Grain silos and a platform along the rail station. That's a good idea, Banana. It's a good idea. What about a town square? So I don't think that this town is going to be big enough for that. We're basically, this is kind of what it is. It's a church, a bar, a place to get your car fixed, a diner, just a couple of random things through here. And maybe we could have had, whoa, a little bit of a hang there. Oh, we have our international theme. This looks terrible. Oh no. All right. We'll get rid of international. That was a mistake. And now I'm gonna have to play whack-a-mole with international buildings because we're not doing that. In fact, I'm just gonna go through here and get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's a really cool Art Deco house, but not in this town. And I think I've basically whacked-a-moled most of them out. There we go. We're in a better spot now. And you know, maybe I will increase the density a little bit when we're really close to town. We'll add in a few more homes. Let's see, Portland, Oregon. You know what? I didn't ask where everyone is tonight. So there's 1,400 of us here right now. In the chat real quick. Let me know where you guys are. Let me know where you guys are hailing from. I'm very curious. Theater should be part. Yeah, maybe it could have been. Pawn shop. Boston, Miami, Boise, Idaho, Chicago, Edinburgh, Cincinnati. My closet. There's no closet in this room, so I'm good. Alberta, Windsor, Colorado, Calgary, New Jersey, Dallas, Grand Rapids, UK, living in Vancouver. Awesome. Janesville. That's super close. Orlando, Pennsylvania, Michigan, New York, Buenos Aires. Let's see. Yuma. Cool little town. Milwaukee. All right. Australia, Lawrence, Kansas. Brazil. 3 Brazils in a row. Another Australia. Awesome. 2 Richmond, Virginias in a row, too. That's impressive. Both channel members. Thank you so much for your support. That's awesome. Right. Do we have a monastery building that could go with the church? We'll give the building a little bit more history. I think the only monastery building that I have is fairly large. So, yeah, now that I think about it, the only one that I have in here is the one, if we come way back over here. I think this is kind of what I have. So, I haven't been over here in a long time. It's been a while. It's been a real long time. We basically have the entire world represented here, which is awesome. Do we have a Culver's? No, I couldn't find Culver's. And I'm really disappointed in that. I know, well, it might be along the road here if I look for it, and I could just clone it. We do have a Five Guys, and I love Five Guys. So let's see. IHOP, a couple of these side by side. Perfect. Oh, look at that. Los Geckos. If you want some Los Geckos, this is where you come. There's a strip of them, all right. And 2, yeah. So this, I love growables, but here's the limitation. We end up with 2 Benihanas next to each other, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Los Geckos all in a row. Tayshawn, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. I really appreciate that. What about a derby? We love Five Guys. I've never heard of Five Guys. You've never heard of Five Guys? Oh, if you ever see a Five Guys, make sure you grab a burger there. Very overpriced, very delicious. All right, so yeah, lots. So the problem that I think I have is that with these assets, I have a certain number of them in every single category. So level 4 commercial 4x4 building, I'm only going to have a couple of those. So as a result, what we're going to see is a repeating. Yeah, Del Taco's delicious. So yeah, way too many. In-N-Out, In-N-Out's okay. Culver's is better. Five Guys is better. It's okay. Do I have the mosque? I'm holding the mosque for another community. We need farmland. We crave chicken. Yes, Nick, we are live right now. So there we go. All right, let's go ahead and let's paint some trees through here. And do I have the forestry brush? I do not know that I don't think that I do. That's unfortunate. Oh, yeah, I don't have the forestry painter. So I went through the mods not too long ago. Let's look in here and see if I have the forestry painter. I do not. Bummer. So that is certainly going to make this considerably more challenging. I'll have to use Move It. And what I'm going to do is just make sure I have all these anarchies off. And we'll copy some of these trees. Have to have trees selected. We'll just grab a chunk of these and we'll just copy them. So here we're just going to fill it in a bit with some trees. But I do want to get back to some farmland. And we never did anything with our motel. It's kind of just over here. And I need to get the forestry painter in here because this is not a good solution to get the trees. So I'm going to hold off on that. We will do a little bit more with that at some point, but got our little town here. I'm not sure that I'm in love with everything happening here. I think that I went a little bit too sparse on the buildings for the residential buildings. We're going to add some more in. And that should help this feel more like a place. Thomas, thank you so much. In one of your VB episodes, I think it would be cool to see older parts of town, Founders Park, and see how they developed over time. So it's funny that you mentioned that because one of the things I'm going to be working on probably for episode 100 is I want to put together, I want to load in, I have all the saves going back to the very beginning. I also have every single thing I've ever recorded, which is probably foolish. But I want to go through and put together kind of a growth sequence. And I'm unsure of exactly how I'm going to handle it yet, or at the current time, but it's going to be neat. Whatever I do is going to be neat. I promise you. It's going to be, it'll be special, and it's going to go through the sequence and growth of the entire town. I'll probably make a whole bunch of city tours, and I'll have to load into something like 100 saves, or maybe I'll do half of the saves. So it'll be something that I watch some Netflix, and or now that Netflix is dying, HBO Max, once Westworld is out, and I will make a whole bunch of city tours and stitch them all together and have a little bit of a narrative around that as well to explain the growth and development of the community. Let's see. Severin, Wisconsin, thank you so much. Thank you for the great content. It's been a pleasure to see a new video. Salud de Chile. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's not Wisconsin, it's just we. So I apologize. Kaylee Shaw, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. I appreciate the support. Let's add in a few more things here. Nothing along this point, this part. And we'll add just a few more buildings here. So I'm spacing these out a little bit more, but I've doubled the density basically through here to make it feel more like a place that has a bit more going on. So what I'm doing is I'm basically leaving 2-ish tiles in between each of these to separate the buildings a little bit more. And that's what I'd expect to see as you get further out. You'd see more separation between those uses and those buildings. So that makes sense to me. Let's see. Netflix just won't die. Yeah, but Netflix is so expensive now. And so I feel like for a while there, I told my wife, we're never getting cable again. It's just terrible. And Jared Alloway, I need to watch Outer Range. Is that on Netflix? Steve, thank you so much for the support. I feel like we got away from cable because it was too expensive. And then we ended up getting Netflix. And I've had Netflix continuously since it was just DVDs. and I had a Wii, and I got the disc, and I could stream from the Wii on a disc, and it was awesome. And then I moved from LA to back to Wisconsin, and I brought my Netflix subscription with me, and you know, I've had it, and the amount of content, it's better and worse at the same time. It's super expensive. They don't give you 4K unless you pay extra for it. Then there's Prime Video, which I get because I have Amazon, who doesn't, and I actually really like some of the shows on there. You know, Mrs. Maisel is a great show. I watched through Man in the High Castle. That was great as well. And, you know, you start to think, like, I didn't really pay anything for that. I mean, I'd have Amazon Prime with or without that. So should I keep paying for this? And then we got Hulu, and just awesome. And then they give you bundles where you get Disney, and then you can pick up HBO Max through there for $8. And all of a sudden I'm paying as much for all these streaming services as I would for cable. And I'm getting live Hulu so I can watch the Bucks games in the playoffs. And it's ridiculous. So, but the one that is the most worthless, in my opinion, right now is Netflix, which is really sad to me because it's you know, it's the old dog in the room, and I really like it. And I don't know how I got on a Netflix diatribe, but I've been thinking about it a lot lately. How it seems like it's kind of gone downhill. Hulu should have a Spotify bundle. I agree. That would be pretty neat. Let's see. You got Comcast. It's very good with their cable and has good internet connection. Yeah, I had Comcast when I was in Denver. It was fine. I don't know if Comcast has started to enforce their data caps. Yeah, Zach, the Umbrella Academy and you know, Stranger Things. That's kind of what's holding me out with my subscription. Netflix is going to be getting ads, but it's going to be in the ads that it's going to be like Hulu's ad-supported service. So it's not overly concerning because it's an option. And I like that it opens it up for people that maybe can't afford it otherwise. So I think that's a good move. You know, it's more equitable. So we're going to add a couple more houses through here. I'll back these off the road. There we go. So this community's filling in a little bit. I feel like we didn't do anything with farms, and I really regret that because that was something that was going to be a big thing here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to find some squares, and we're going to use these network farms. And if you've just joined in, we started with network farms. I talked about them for a second, and then I immediately deviated from there. Minor Key Productions, thank you so much for the support. Keep up the great content. Thank you so much, from Columbia, Missouri. I really appreciate that. So you guys have seen the chat and the overlays now, and I want to know if you like both of those. So I'm gonna leave 2 poll questions. First one, do you like the overlays? And let me know. That is the animated GIFs, you know, bringing a little bit more attention to you guys, because I think that's important. All right. It seems overwhelmingly positive with 79 votes. You guys like the overlays, which is good because I spent a little bit of time. Oh, sinking down a little bit. All right, so I'll leave that up for a second. We're going to try some network farms again. So we'll go back into our network, custom, and here's our network farms. So they're all different sizes. This one is pretty big. And this one's smaller. So I'm going to fill in some of these and we'll get those in. It's a little hard to read. It's a little small. Overlays are too big. Ah, I can shrink them up and increase the font size. The all caps a little odd. That's the font that I've been using, so I can change it to a different one. The chat is just something in the corner you haven't looked at. Okay. Okay, that's helpful. So it's kind of hard to read. I can improve that. It looks a little... Okay, I can turn the chat off. The chat should move, but it's nice. I'm going to ask about the chat as well. Chase, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Do you like it? So chat on the side, do you like it? Yes or no? So the reason I wanted to have the chat there was primarily because I think that these do not necessarily have a lot. Oh, chat on the right side. Yeah, that could make some sense. I feel like the streams are difficult to follow when you're catching it on a replay. So should be on the right. So I can actually change this in real time. Let's see. So I just moved it to the right hand side, and we'll see how you guys like that. So far it's not doing anything, which means I might have broken it. The overlay moves slower than the actual chat. That's true. All right, there we go. We moved it to the right hand side. I'm going to go through here, and we're going to very quickly fill in some of these square areas. Anything that's a rectangle that we can easily fill in, we're going to do that. Now I need, with these network farms, you need to stay away from the roads because they will clip to the roads, and that is a problem. You also have to have anarchy on, so we'll do that. And we'll just grab this network nodes and move this right up. So it's funny, I grabbed all of these farm assets and I've used approximately none of them, and that's okay. I'm good with it if you guys are good with it. I had more fun building the town anyway. So I'm going to pull this through. The funny thing is, I thought that these adjusted to the land, but I could clearly see that it's not. So let's object height. Yeah, that is terrible. Terrible. So not only with these network farms does the land have to be square, but it also has to be totally flat. So I guess if you're going to use these, something to be aware of. But they are super easy to use. You can fill up a ton of farmland very, very quickly. No C Rose. Love from Kansas City. You're the best in the game. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Chaotic Buddhist. Bye. Have a good night. All right. So the chat is there. I moved it to the right-hand side. I agree. I think that you guys are right, that this is a much better location for the chat. So I appreciate the feedback there. And I'll keep this going. I feel like I'm getting better at using OBS recently. And that has been really a good thing for my sanity. And this is part of that. So I'm just going to add in a few of these. And we'll probably end this in about 8 minutes. And I'll hop on Discord for a little while. I do work in the morning, so I got to be mindful of that. That's the thing about streaming on a Thursday. It keeps me honest. So, flying cars. Did I miss the flying car? I guess I got the speed up. So there we go. So we also have some ploppables that I'd love to. So let's see. If I search for this, actually we'll just do all. I grabbed a whole bunch of these great assets that we didn't use. So this to me looks like it's been harvested. I don't know. So I've got these fields. So I think this is probably where it's more appropriate. So if we were going through and using wheat cut, so we'll do this as well. So we'll have some wheat cut and then the wheat field. So I could just kind of stitch these together. And you see that this actually is the same. Interesting. So this network one is the exact same as this. Or not the exact same, but it's very similar. Then we have the young wheat fields as well. So I wonder if this will probably hold up a little bit better. Yeah, so this ploppable asset will just terraform. So that's a ton better. Much, much, much better. Allie's Wolf Gaming. The wife and I listen to your videos to help her sleep at night. The other show she watches, Bob Ross. You're doing good work and keeping good company in the Wolf household. I thank you so much for the support, and I'm glad I could help you guys go to sleep at night. The car going shopping in Walmart. Are there any poppable field sprinklers? I do not have any. I did grab this farm pack, which has a lot of great assets, but I don't think sprinklers were in there. I would love the circular sprinklers, and you know, I feel like that's so iconic, and just don't have any. Just don't have any right now. Are these zone farms? These are just decorative. So I'm nervous right now. So we don't really have any industry. And then I'll take a quick break from that. So the only industry that we really have in this town right now is right here. So it's these farms. So we have a whole bunch of farms back here. And initially my game plan was to just go into here and hopefully be able to, you know, there's so few workers with industries rebalanced. I thought it would be fine. I thought that this would do the trick. But maybe this is part of the problem. We have these pastures that have just a ton of workers. You just don't have a very large industrial demand with realistic population. So the result of this is I've zoned offices in the capital and nothing's growing. Now, part of that is education, and I understand that. And I'm hoping that once we build our university, we will get some of those offices to develop. But I haven't seen office or industrial demand. I can't even recall the last time I've seen any of it. 5 a.m. in Saudi. Gotta go, but great live. Thank you so much for coming here. Let's see. They're called pivot wheel lines. Okay, I will look for that. I don't believe I have any right now, but no. but we'll look. Actually, yeah, nothing. But I'll look for that in the workshop. Giant residential demand too. Yeah, and I've added. Look at that. We're up to 30,000 in population since the start of this. And yes, Platinum Flames. We need a brewery. That's gonna happen. Ashland Ale does sound good. I agree. I like that. The population's rapidly increasing, and even with that, we are not seeing any industrial demand, which is interesting. So it's definitely very interesting. How about some houses for workers? We definitely have that. I'm curious though. While we're over here, let's take a look at. Wow, look at this. So I did change out the train over here, and now we have this classic Galaxy commuter train. So you'll see that on Sunday, or Saturday rather. Look at this. We've got some work to do over here. Just so much parking demand. So at this point is where I think we'd see some structured parking over here. So chat should be transparent. I think it'd be really difficult to read if it were. Let's see. Sheldon asks, what happened to City Planner Explains? I still have plans to continue City Planner Explains. Right now, though, I have been struggling to keep up with the normal City Planner Plays stuff. So I have multiple scripts written. I just need to find more time. So at some point there will be more videos. It's just kind of something that is on the back burner for now. So where's unemployment at? We can check that out. We can take a. Why don't we finish off with that? We'll take a look at some statistics, and then we'll do a quick city tour. Let's see. Employment percentage. 98. Yeah, so it feels very real to reality right now. City planner plans to explain. Yes, Faye. GeoGuessr. Yeah, we need to do a GeoGuessr. Am I gonna play Timberborn? Yes, I need to play some more Timberborn. I get sucked into Timberborn. Whenever I play Timberborn, I end up. So I'll record an episode and then I'll play for another 2 hours after. So it's not a good thing. All right, we're gonna close this out in just a minute, but I want to know what kind of tour you want. So let me ask one more poll question. So what kind of tour? Train, car, bus or walking? Do you play non-city planning games? I play NBA 2K is one of my favorite games. Civ is another one of my absolute favorite games. I play Civilization so much it's embarrassing. So you know that's yeah. I do definitely play their games. Let's see. Train and car are very close. Bus, actually, honestly, all of them are fairly close to one another. No bike. Oh, that's so I don't really have very good bike infrastructure here, but we could certainly do that. Civ. So Civ 4 I helped test. I also helped test Civ 4 colonization. Civ 5, Civ Rev. So yeah, which Civ is the best? Civ 5. Civ 6. I actually recently purchased the rest of Civ 6, and I just can't get into it. Banana asks if I have 6,000 hours in Civ. That's misleading. So with Civ, it's a game that I will play and then forget it open and walk away. So I'll just have my laptop on the couch with me and just leave it there. So Zach, thank you so much for the support. Before you go, I wanted to say thank you. Good night. Thank you so much. Let's see. Jay, thank you so much for the support. Clearwater County is the first series I've watched. Love teaching as you build because it helps me with orchard. Helps me. I think orchards with trees and bushes would be a good fit for variety. I agree. I want to do some orchards, and I also want a winery at some point. I picked up assets. If you are a channel member or a patron, ooh, Monona's in here. How's it going? How's it going, Dylan? Glad to see someone in the area. NBA 2K22, yeah. Yeah, Civ 6 kind of fell apart. It's funny. Civ 6, and it's a train tour. So as soon as we get a train over here, we're going to hop on the train. Civ 6, my main problem, it has a city planning aspect that's neat. To me, some of the micromanaging things that I like doing, like roads and managing the tiles in a really specific way, you know, you can, I guess, do some of it. It's just not the same. I don't know what it is. There's just something about the feeling of the game that to me just didn't work. And maybe that's harsh. Maybe it's fine. But for me, it just didn't work. All right, I'm going to try to grab a train car in the middle. We'll follow this one. Look at this setup. And when it gets going, we'll follow it. Allie D, thank you for the stream tonight. I'm going to drift off to sleep now as I'm used to. Thank you so much for joining. I'm glad that you were here. I appreciate that. And I find that I have to find the perfect angle to get my best frame rates. So maybe that's close. First time you joined a live stream of mine. I started following you 3 weeks ago. So, the work you do is incredible. Thank you so much. AR Min knows. You still play Sims 3? Yeah. I mean, Sims 3 is good too. Civ 3 and Civ 4. So colonization, yeah. So I have so many great memories of playing colonization. So when I tested that, so let's talk about 2K for just a minute. So I was there in LA when it was still there. Now it's in Vegas, and they had beer Fridays where they would bring in a tub of beer, and you could grab whatever beer you wanted. They had a vending machine of Pop-Tarts, and we would just hang out, drink beer. Just a whole bunch of, mainly guys. There's a few girls in there, and I'm in my mid-20s or early 20s, and we're just in there playing the game, stress testing it, making sure that it's not gonna mess up when it's released, and it's awesome. It was really awesome. The absolute most fun that I've had working for a company ever. It was awesome. Let's see, Mr. Thorpe, love your streams and videos. You bring a sense of realism to your builds. I appreciate that. I try. So I appreciate that. Cats walk. You're right. Cats walking has to end this. So let's look. Here we go. Cat's walking. All right, we made our way over to Belmont. Love it. Look at all those people getting out. I've got some work to do here. So I think when I changed the tracks over here, I lost the pavement. So I'll need to add some pavements because it looks weird. I think people walk through the grass. But I like that. Car dealership when? Sometime soon. Is it still live? It is live, Video Gameaholic. Let's see. Thank you so much, Mikey Lito, for becoming an associate planner. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Fed has some great platform assets. I'm going to need to check those out. This song and sleep goes together beautifully. That's great. All right. And with that, I really hope that you've enjoyed the stream. I've had a lot of fun. I appreciate doing this. I appreciate you, all of you, joining me. Whoa, Brian. Thank you so much for the support. Love your content. Hope you treat yourself. I will, thanks to you. So I appreciate that. Any ore industry ideas? Maybe. So had a ton of fun. I appreciate all of you joining me, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. I'm going to leave this on replay right away. So Steven, I see that you just got here, and I apologize that I didn't get to spend more time with you, but this will be up right away, and you'll be able to check it out. Matthew, thank you so much. Huzzah for the most mellow voices, city builder or planner. Wife loves falling asleep to your voice. Well, okay, it's me. I love that. All right, everyone. I think that we are going to sign off for now. I'm going to hop in the Discord for a few minutes. So Banana did drop discord.gg discord.gg/cityplannerplays. If you want to hang out there for a few minutes, we'll have a good time there. So thank you so much. I will see you all on the next one, and we will have a new video on Saturday. Take care. Bye-bye.